I wanted to actually start with a question for Ray, because in principle I agree with your point about, I guess not disagreeing with what Aboriginal leaders and Aboriginal people are saying, but Marsha Langton's speeches this week, where she made an extraordinary attack on Jabiluka, where I think everyone in this room supported that campaign, and that was despite the fact that the Northern Lands Council, you know, wasn't playing a great role in that, but we took our cue, I guess, from the Mirarr people and Jackie Katona and stuff. So do you see instances where actually it is the responsibility of the left to, you know, possibly disagree and to have a legitimate voice in challenging what we may see as, you know, a mistaken orientation? I guess though I had a lot more to say. I think Peter gave a good introduction about the Socialist Alliance. I was in the ISO at the time when we came together 10 years ago. I was very excited about it. We felt that there was a large audience around the anti-globalisation movement, and also in terms of Labor supporters breaking from the Beazley leadership even before, you know, what we expected Beazley would come to power in 2001. And that didn't happen. Howard was elected, as we know, and both audiences that we were seeking to attract went towards the Greens. And I think from that point onwards, and I make no apologies for this, a lot's been said about the Greens, but I think in terms of the electoral arena and in terms of United Front work, I think it's been incredibly important to develop a relationship. That's what Solidarity has been doing, I suppose. We have handed out at election time, you know, for the Greens. I know that's been criticised by others, but I think it's very important for the left to take a position, especially in New South Wales, where there's clearly big divisions have happened. You only have to look at Marrickville Council and BDS. I think if the revolutionary left was united in having a support for the left of the Greens around that, we could have had a slightly different, you know, outcome. Hannah mentioned the Your Rights at Work. I think that was a very important thing to be involved in. I think it's a difficult terrain to operate in, but now that Unions New South Wales has launched these LUC things, I forget the acronym, but I went to the Blacktown one. It had 170 people, 25 unions at it, because I'm teaching out there at the moment. And you know, it is dominated by the ALP and, you know, those unions, and they're not exactly organs of struggle, but I think it's important for the likes of us to be trying to engage, you know, with those sort of elements. Because I think it's all well and good for us to stand up and say, I'm a revolutionary and all the rest of it, but the truth is that, you know, whilst ever capitalism is around, reformism is going to reinvent itself in different ways, and unless we get how we relate to reformism correct, then we can, you know, we're going to remain irrelevant and isolated. There's a bunch of international things I wanted to comment on, but I'll leave it there.